What's up, good people? Welcome to the Game Changers podcast. I am your host, Didio Nassis. Now let's go change the game.
Black Ops 2, I ended up creating my own clan. It was called Oreo.
Oh shit!
It was a capital O R E and then another capital O, and those days were different.
Those were dope days, man. And
Yeah.
So, Oreo, why Oreo?
I think it's because I was black and white, so it's like I think.
What's up, good people? Welcome back to the Game Changers podcast. I'm your host, Didio Nassis, and today we have a special guest in the building. A special guest indeed. All right. And I don't use the word special lightly. But in this case, it applies. It applies in a couple ways. He's a specialist when it comes to Warzone or when it comes to Call of Duty. He's a technician. He hails from Houston, so we're going to call him an underground king, an underground legend. He's a tournament winner, a big money tournament winner, a tournament champ. He's currently positioned at number 5 in kills for Warzone 3 or Battle Royale MW3. He's a Twitch streamer and a content creator. Check out his YouTube channel. You won't be disappointed. Game Changers Podcast. Welcome to the show. My guy, Yungstaz. I'm stupid hyped for this one. What's up, man?
I'm excited too. I'm excited. Glad to be along the show. I know I've definitely heard a decent amount of the podcast and just had to step in.
Man, thank you for accepting our invite. Like around the MVPs, like our group, our internal group, everybody was like, "Oh shit, Yungstaz is coming on the show. He never talks about anything," and I was like, "Shit, he's coming on the show. We're gonna get him. I guess we're gonna get him to talk."
Give me the talk. Give me the talk.
So that's what's up, man. Thank you for accepting the invite, man. It's about to be a dope show, Game Changers. It's about to be a dope show. Listen, let's talk about your beginnings. How did you get into gaming? How did you get into Call of Duty? I know that's a loaded question. It's a lot that can go into that, but if you could just lean directly toward and how you started with Call of Duty.
Yeah, I can go with Call of Duty. Honestly, the first ever time I started was I have a pretty big, I wouldn't say a big family, but a decent sized family. We have 4 brothers and 1 sister. And Call of Duty was just massive. Everyone was out at GameStop, just posted up outside, just waiting for the releases. Yeah. And we ended up getting a PlayStation 3 for the first time. And then we ended up playing like Dynasty Warriors for the first time. And then we ended up hearing about Call of Duty. So we're like, all right. We all decided to pitch in and end up getting Call of Duty. I think it was COD 4. It was the first ever COD we ended up playing.
Okay.
And then we all were just hooked on it. We were just all like playing all night, just taking turns, 2 split screens, 1-on-1. Me and my stepbrother would play, and then my other brother would play, and then it'll just like it just year to year, every single year, World at War right after that, and then just every single year after that, I would just play COD. And we ended up coming up with a name ourselves. I think it was because we shared a PlayStation, and we named ourselves Yungstaz. And because we were all just youngsters at the time, and I ended up rolling with it the whole time.
Wow,
I ended up taking over.
That's where the name comes from, Yungstaz, because all of your siblings all of y'all as a total group were young
youngsters.
God, bet y'all didn't know that because I didn't know that. I thought that your last name was Young or something like that.
No.
So the first time I ever saw your gamer tag was during Blackout, and it was like Stephen. Damn it! What did it say? Is it Stephen or Stephen?
It's Stephen. Yeah, Stephen.
It's Stephen.
Yeah.
Steve. So I saw your gamer tag, but it didn't have the Yungstaz on there.
Oh, it could have been. We probably added each other as a real friend, or actually, I don't know if you can do that on PlayStation. Can you?
I'm not sure. It was like a Blackout gameplay that I saw.
Oh, I don't know. I think I remember rocking Yungstaz. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's a dope origin story of your gamer tag. I think that that's dope because when did y'all start like venturing off into multiplayer when it comes to Call of Duty? Do you remember the game title?
I think right away. Honestly, COD 4. I think right away as soon as we got it, we hopped straight into. We didn't play against each other whenever we played split screens and stuff. We ended
Yeah.
up all just playing online right away as soon as we got it, and we ended up sharing the account, Yungstaz, and then we did split screens all the time, just constantly.
Wow.
And we ended up just like all of us were pretty decent at the game. Me and my
Yeah.
one stepbrother, his name is
Okay.
Kanan, and we were the main top dogs in the
Yeah.
out of the brothers. But
That was gonna be my next question. Who was the best? Like, when did you start to separate from the siblings and say, "Hey,
uh,
man, I'm just that guy. Y'all got, I got the sticks now." You know what
I
I'm
think
saying? Like,
I think I took it more serious because I was just an avid gamer in general. I think I took it
mm-hmm.
more serious. I would be playing it more. I think I had the PlayStation in my room. I would just
Damn.
be putting more hours in. Like after school, I would be doing sports at school, and then after I come home, it'll just be my time to just relax and just play some games. And I was like, all right, right when I get home, I'm hopping on some video games. It's either Call of Duty or it's like World of Warcraft or any game I played. I played thousands of games growing up. Like I played so
Yeah.
many different games. Like Call of Duty was just one of them, but I played a lot. Like tons of hours into it.
So when did you start to separate like those games from Call of Duty? Oh, excuse me.
Honestly, like I I honestly played COD majority of the time was COD. So like throughout the years there was always a downtime with COD. There was always
Mm-hmm.
like the all right, you play COD for the beginning, right when it releases, you play it for lots of hours. Whenever you hit max prestige, it's like all right, now it's starting to
Yeah.
get a little bit slow. Now we're gonna play some other games. So like the first few months, maybe like the first 3-4 months of COD, maybe even more, I'll just grind only and mainly COD, and then I started to play like World of Warcraft. I decided to play like other games on PlayStation that were for free,
Okay.
and it went from there.
So when at a certain point you had to say, "Hey, man, um, I'm about to start my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel." I don't know which came first for you. You
Yeah.
you you at some point you said, "Look, man, I'm good enough to start creating content and take my show to the masses or take
hmm
my skills to the masses." What card was that, and what grade were you in? Because you know what I mean. Because you're a card OG,
If I
but
could,
you're young too.
yeah, I think I know what COD was. It was definitely Black Ops 2. Like I was at the
Mm-hmm.
end of Modern Warfare 3 is the
Mm-hmm.
time where I actually started to become more aware of competitive. Like I had no idea competitive was a thing when I first played. I didn't know people made money from it or anything. But at the end of Modern Warfare 3, I saw Optic, I saw the main stage, I saw like them
Yeah.
competing and going in the tournaments. I was like, what the heck? There's a whole competitive scene. So that's
Mm-hmm.
whenever Black Ops 2 just came out, and I was like, oh, like I'm getting into this heavy. And I played ranks play all the time, every single year. I was the top. I was in the top. I forgot what the ranked was called, and I think it's master or something in
Okay.
ranked. And I would always just play ranked, and then that's whenever I started to make my YouTube channel was in Black Ops 2. I ended up making YouTube first, and then I ended up streaming on Twitch through my PlayStation at the time. And
Wow.
yeah,
Okay. So, damn. So that. Wait. So you were streaming directly from the PlayStation on what was that? PlayStation 3 or 4?
PS3. I think it was PS3 at the time. Yeah, PS3 straight to the. I think they had an app. They just made a share app or something. I think it. I just figured out about
Oh
it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
So you were able to share those videos directly to YouTube
but yeah,
without
you can
the.
stream on Twitch. I think too, right from the PlayStation as well. I think you're able to
Damn.
stream straight to Twitch, and you have like a small webcam in the corner of your screen
Mhm.
that you can move around.
Okay. Yo, that's crazy because you
I forgot.
that's a long time ago, man. That's like 2014.
I forgot what grade I was in. I feel like I had to be in middle school when I first started.
Damn.
I think I was in middle school. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Salute to that. That's like. But was the gameplay fire? Like, were you like
It
going
was.
crazy, or was it
I
just
still have
decent?
those. I still have those videos on my YouTube. It's just all unlisted. It's all private.
Okay.
And okay, whenever I first started YouTube, actually I take that back. I even have more videos before that, but it was on a different channel, and I ended up making a new channel like a year after because I got like sub botted or something, and I don't want fake followers on my YouTube. So I was like, all right, let me make a
Yeah.
brand fresh new account. Made a brand fresh new account, and then I uploaded it straight from there. But the gameplay wasn't terrible. I would be dropping like I have a pretty high standard when it comes to my gameplay. So
Mm-hmm.
at least if I felt like I was doing good at the time, then that's when I would upload.
That's because when I started my first my first YouTube channel, like it was Call of Duty content. It was Black Ops 3, right? And it
Yeah.
was just the sorriest bunch of videos you have ever want to see, right? 28
Yeah.
and 4,
I mean, that's
gameplay
not
like that.
bad.
Nah,
It,
nah,
it, that's you talking about like on zombies, you said? Or you
nah,
said on
nah.
multiplayer?
Multiplayer, yeah. It's
No,
like,
that's still not that's terrible. I mean, it's you have
nah,
a high standard. We have high standards, especially like in
yeah.
pubs. Like you need to be going like at least 60-1 or something.
Nuclear,
Like
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, dropping hundreds of kills or whatnot. But
nah.
that step though to actually take your content and put it out there to the masses, man. Did you ever hesitate? You know what I mean? Like, was you like, all right, maybe
I
I
feel like
shouldn't do this, or you had a circle of friends that were already doing it?
I had a few friends at my high school that were pretty heavy into it. That kind of motivated me as well. But I was just mainly focused on myself. Like I saw a lot of after I started getting more into Twitch or even
Mm-hmm.
just YouTube in general, I started watching Scump. Scump was the person that I looked up to the most. Like he's the one that
Scump.
I seeing his videos being like constantly editing, always posting. He's the main one that kind of motivated me a bunch whenever it came to first starting out. So like I would edit my own videos every day when I got home. I would make my intros. I
Mm-hmm.
would make my own sniping montages. I would do all this other stuff. So like yeah, it was I had to keep myself motivated.
Got you. And you know what? I have a question about orgs or organizations that I want to talk about later. So hopefully I don't forget about it.
Hmm.
Um, but really quickly before we move on to the next set of questions, man, I want to take a break for our sponsors. This podcast is sponsored by Sly Drinks. Um, check out this clip. What's up, good people? Welcome back to the Game Changers podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Sly. That's right, Sly. Play is an essential part of life. Whether digital or outdoors, exploring your world is fun. Keep the good times rolling and support your play with Sly Boost, Sly Chill, and Sly Dream. Sly drinks are smooth, great tasting, fun inducing beverages designed to help players focus, laugh, relax, and recover. By using natural energizers and relaxers, Sly maximizes life's moments while ensuring you are ready for a feel good day and night of gameplay. Game Changers Podcast. Salute to our partners at Sly. Please use the QR code right here to help support the show and also help support a great organization. Thank you to our partners at Sly, and thank you, Game Changers. Salute to you guys. Go drink on the Sly. Let's go, Game Changers. Yes. All right, and we're back. We're back. All right, so the YouTube channel's rolling. This is around 2014, 2015.
Hmm.
When did you have that gameplay, like that game where you're like, all right, well, I'm just the shit now. Like it has to be like some card or card title that you was like, all right, this is it. I'm just that dude now.
One like okay, so like one of the things too is I was never like a pub stomper. Like I was the
Okay.
type of person that would be in the clan wars. Like I would have a clan set up where we would be
Clan
organizing team
Wars.
scrims. We'd be organizing clan versus clan matches. Like I was in a competitive mindset where I was wanting to go against 6v6s or even
Hmm.
4v4s. So like I didn't really care or have a standard of like, all right, let me drop like 100 kills or even go for nukes and stuff like that. Mine was more like team versus team or clan versus
Oh yeah,
clan, like team oriented kind of stuff. Um,
it's a whole different ball game.
it's
That's
it's a whole
yeah.
different ball game, yeah. And it was a grind at first
Mhm.
to kind of stay in the feel of it, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But we ended up staying in the feel of it. Obviously, seeing Scump would post just straight up gameplays of him dropping nukes or him just going crazy with like 60-0 kills,
Hmm.
and I would kind of be hard on myself. And I'm like, all right, that's whenever I started to change it up, and I think it was in what COD was it? I think okay, so for Black Ops 2, I ended
Yeah.
up creating my own clan. It was called Oreo.
Oh shit.
It was O. It was a capital O R E and then another capital O. We were like one of the biggest PlayStation clans on PS3.
And this
We'd go
is your
against
clan. This,
yeah.
this
This
is
was
your guys.
yeah. We had like over like 100 something people in it, 200 people in it. We had like groups A, B, C, D, all the way down. Like it's like all right, the top group is A.
Yeah.
Second group is top B. Like we'd set up clan wars with other clans that would go against each other. Like those were the days. Like I miss those type of days where you would get on. And it's like all right, it's a clan fight, and you would just be
Hmm.
smack talking in the pregame lobby because you see the clan names versus the
Yeah.
clan names, and those days were different.
Those were dope days, man. And
Yeah,
so Oreo, why Oreo? What's it?
I
What's
think it's I think it's because I was black and white, so it's like I think I, I forgot the real meaning of it, but I think that's why. I think that's why. I think that's why.
Okay, my bad, dog.
No, no.
Okay, that's pretty funny. Um, okay,
We
so
always made a joke about it in school, so it's like I just stuck with it, and I was like, all right, yeah. Like we had a pretty good group in school. We'd
mhm,
always a lot of people in my school wouldn't realize that I'd be playing games, and then people would be like, all right, I bet you can't beat Rashad. Like my friend Rashad over here, he's really good at
yeah,
COD. Like I bet you can't beat him. I'm like, all right, bet Rashad, let's add me at the when
hmm
you get home when we get off of school. We end up adding each other, and I just whooped him so bad, and then we came back to school the next day, and everyone
yeah.
was like, "What happened?" And then yeah,
But that was for magical times, man. When something that simple would just last. That memory will last a lifetime because
yeah,
you could never go back to those days, man. It's just so different now.
yeah.
Um, Making like real friends on the game that that actually lasts. Do you still play with any of the Oreo guys?
I still have a few friends that I still talk to. I don't know if you know Staffy. Staffy did that. I think I first met him in Black Ops 2. We still talk. I
Hmm.
met Donzel,
Donnie,
Donnie. I met Donnie, and I think Black Ops 2 as well.
nice,
We ended up going against each other, or I think it was actually no, it was what Call of Duty was it? It was I feel like I have to search it up now. Let me see. Call of Duty was it? It was Call of Duty Ghost. That's what it was. Call of Duty Ghost is one of the most competitive games that
yeah.
I've played. Like super super fun. That was whenever I got crazy serious with uploading. I think that was one of my most enjoyable CODs was Call of Duty Ghost. I played
Same,
competitive like crazy in that, and yeah, that's
same.
when I met. Yeah, there's a few homies that I still talk to.
You know what's dope about that about Ghost, the way um it was set up. It had actual clan wars. Like
You can
um
level up your clan and
you could
everything
level up
too.
your clan. You know, I would be at work. During those times, and I was on a night shift at that time, and you would have the app. We would have the app open just to
Yep.
see what position we're in while we're at work, so we won't lose too much ground, and
Yeah.
just and jump on it when we get off, man. You know what I mean?
That's what
Because
I'm saying.
my clan was a clan that I worked with.
Hmm.
We were called. Damn, I don't remember the name of it. It doesn't even matter. It was just something funny.
Yeah.
Um, but that's dope though, man. So let's talk about Battle Royale. When did you venture off into Battle Royale? Was it Blackout or was it like PUBG or was it another game title?
I think the first battle royale I ever played was H1Z1. Um,
H1Z1. That's the one that yeah.
that's those days were so like pure of battle royales, like the purest days of VR. Like and PUBG too. Like PUBG, I played
Yeah.
I played PUBG, but my computer wasn't good enough to play PUBG. Like H1Z1, it was screaming. My computer was yelling, but I was pushing it. Like I had
Okay.
a huge like 42-inch TV, just playing H1Z1, like trying to head tap people, and it
Hmm.
was a it was that was whenever I started to realize like all right, I need to start upgrading my stuff. Like I need to start saving for a computer. I need to start saving
Yeah.
for a monitor and stuff like that. And after H1Z1, I played a ton of H1Z1, and then after I saw that Call of Duty was releasing their own battle royale, I was like, oh nah, like I have to go hard on this. And
Hmm.
I already played wagers beforehand. Like I played like S&D wagers all the time on Call of Duty. I played variant wagers all the time. I would be on MOG doing a leaderboard grind and all that stuff.
Wow.
And I
So
ended up, yeah.
so before recent times, were you always someone that grinded for like the leaderboards, like individually for like kills or
I never,
score?
I never grinded like leaderboard kills and like Call of Duty in general. Like I never even cared about my KD either as much.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay, because on the competitive level, like multiplayer wise, your KD is not inflated as it would be, with pub multiplayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Unless you just that dude, I guess, right?
yeah.
Oh my, oh my. So Battle Royale, Blackout comes out.
Hmm.
All right, Blackout's 4. Blackout is attached to it. Me personally, I thought it was weird because I was just so in love with multiplayer Call of Duty, especially Black Ops 4. I love that. I love that multiplayer. That's like
Oh
in my
yeah.
top 5, man. But it was weird to me, but it eventually grew on me once I started rolling with the right group of guys.
Hmm.
So, but anyway, like Blackout. What was your first experience like with Blackout? Do you remember it?
The first experience, it was insane just being able to play a game like that. Like
Mhm.
I've been playing Call of Duty for so many years, so it's like whenever they first released, I was like, all right, like I already have the skill built up. And the thing is about Blackout was the level of skill that you had to have compared to now is totally different because guns shot different then.
Mhm.
Um, the movement obviously was a little bit different then. It's not as fast. You only have one life, so if you die,
One
you're
life.
out. So you had to
Yeah.
learn how to play your life,
Mhm.
and it was just totally different. Like Blackout was. I'm happy I started with Blackout. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I'm like, all right, like good things need to go away sometimes. Like you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
I went back and played Blackout probably like a year ago, and it's so slow, dude.
I
It's like
couldn't.
it's
I
clunky. It's slow. The field of view is, um,
I
you know,
wish they would have fixed that. Like they need the main thing about it was like going from Blackout to Apex because Apex came out a little bit after Blackout, which is also crazy.
mhm.
Um, Apex had a field of view slider, so you can raise your field of view, and then trying to go back to 60 FOV, like you're just looking like yeah, you have one eye closed, like you're just looking out of one eye, like it was just so bad to be able
That's
to
exactly what it feels like. One
yeah.
eye closed. Uh,
It was so hard to play after that.
and so Blackout's out. You start to roll. When did you become like? Did it take you long to be good at the game? Right. That's what I know. Everybody out there that's watching this interview, they want to know, when did you become good at Blackout and
I,
start to roll in with the tournaments and things of that nature?
Whenever I first started Blackout, that's the thing though. As soon as I first started Blackout, maybe
Yeah.
even like I played the beta. So the beta was just all about practicing. It was all about perfecting the craft. It was all about like getting used to the play style, getting used to it. And then after the beta, me and Donnie just locked it in on playing
Mm.
wagers. Like we were on
Okay.
CMG all the time, just wagers, even if it was $1. We literally started at $1 just to do kill
Yeah.
races. We're just doing $1, $1
Nice.
all day, and then we would just raise it up $5 all day, then $10 all day, then $50 all day. Like we would just be
Nice.
raising it like
Running it
crazy.
up.
And then it's just
Hmm.
like as we're honestly, like, it didn't take me long. Like I think after the beta, I already got the groove of it. Like I already dropped like 20 bombs on the beta, and I was
Damn.
kind of dropping like 25s, and I was like, all right, like I have a good feel of it. And then right when the game dropped, it felt like it never left. It felt like the beta was just it's still the same thing right when I left off. So I was dropping 20 bombs. I think maybe on the first day, I think the highest kill I dropped was like 19, which wasn't
Yeah.
bad. And it's like,
That's crazy.
yeah,
No, but that's crazy because I don't remember the player count for Blackout, but I know it's not over 100.
I think it was 100 flat.
100
I
flat.
think,
That's
I think
crazy.
so.
And man, so just to think about like coming straight out of the box, whooping ass in Blackout. See, a lot of people don't know that watch you, if they're first time watchers, they don't understand the grind and that you're battle tested. See, I didn't know a lot of this, but I know enough when I'm watching somebody. I know that they've been whooping ass for a long time, and they've been really good at the game or playing Call of Duty or first person shooters for a long time. You just don't, there's some people that are blessed that come out, just like naturally good at the game.
Yeah.
But you've been around for a long time. Um, Tournaments, like you said, you and Donnie were running wagers, but the first big money tournament, or major tournament in Blackout, what was that experience like, and how did you get the squad together?
That experience, I think it was the Alcatraz one. I think it
The
was the
Alcatraz.
Blackout Alcatraz. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go. Back out. Let's bro. Guys, get some love in the chat. Let's there. Let me tweet this shit out. Bro, let's make a tweet real quick. Bro, we just won the $40,000 Alcatraz tournament, boys. And that was, I think, the first ever big tournament that COD had. I think, I could be wrong. But I already knew me and Gang and Dill and Loso at the time were all already just grinding like crazy. We were just already putting in tons of hours.
Deal.
Yeah, Dillster.
Yeah.
I mean, Loso as well. I think Gang, I already knew he was a set. Me and him had a similar play style. Me and him both had the highest KD in the game. So it was like, that was already a set person, that duo.
How did you meet Gang? My bad. I gotta hear this story since you're starting it. How did you meet Gangstaz?
It was definitely during Blackout. I don't know exactly. I remember I was just playing so much, and I was known for having like one of the highest KDs. Yeah. And then someone else mentioned, I think either someone else mentioned it or he then came in my stream. I forgot. But someone else mentioned, they're like, have you heard of Gangstaz before? I was like, nah. I was like, Yungstaz, Gangstaz, and he was like, yeah, he has a 14 KD as well. Or I'm like, oh, really? I was like, all right, bet. And then somehow we just ended up, I forgot exactly how, but we ended up just connecting and ended up squatting up and yeah, I watched his gameplays. I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely nice with it. He's definitely around the same play style as me. I miss the passion about Gang. The Gang is still obviously he doesn't want to have that passion of flow back because it's a whole commitment that you have to do with it. But yeah.
So I gotta ask this, and this is a friendly question. Who's better, you or Gang?
Right now?
No, not right now. At
Blackout? I mean, at Blackout, honestly, I'd probably say, I'd say me, to be honest. I'd say me.
Okay.
I think Gang is definitely, he's definitely a good ass player. I think he played more than me though. That's the thing. He was able to get that record. He played more than me. He played longer than me as well. He ended up sticking through with any of the, he had the persistence to stick through and just play it. I'm so happy he dropped that fucking the world record, actually, the last
still standing?
I don't know if it still is, because the bots come out whenever everyone else is. Okay. So it's like it's easier to break it whenever everyone else is going. But
and what's dope about that time, like the whole Blackout time. This is the first time I'm seeing celebrities playing alongside, playing Call of Duty with streamers. That was the first time I ever seen that. And you guys brought the celebrities out, the basketball players, the rappers, and whatnot. That was the first time I ever seen that, man.
Oh yeah, like 21 we ended up playing with.
Yeah. And I think Gang played with a couple of NBA players or something like that. I can't remember exactly, or singers or something. I don't know. But I think that was a dope draw that y'all had. That shows you the draw of the game.
Yeah.
Music, athletes, and streamers. You guys are starting to venture up into that arena, you know what I'm saying, with athletes and other entertainers. And that's dope to see it continue to escalate. You see everybody wants that light, you know what I mean? and
Yeah.
you guys have the light. I told my friend this the other day. Streamers are like pastors at a church, right? Now listen to me. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Let me hear it out. Let me hear it out.
What church? It's not a lot of churches that can pack 200 people, 500 people, maybe even 50 people. 50 people in a small church is a nice sized congregation.
Mm.
You hold court with 200 plus
I know what you
every
mean.
day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have a flock. You guys have a flock. Big or small, you guys do have a flock. And people flocking to y'all right now. They're
Mhm.
flocking to the game. I think that's dope, man. I think that's
Heck
where
yeah.
it's going. That's
Yeah.
why it's so important that I get you on here. You talk your shit so it can be documented and everybody can understand you.
Yeah.
That's the Game Changers podcast.
Yes,
So
sir.
Blackout, were you ever on the leaderboards in Blackout?
I don't think I played enough to be on the leaderboards because I ended up playing a lot when it first dropped, and then um I ended up quitting like a few months before it ended. Like I ended up going to Apex and grinding Apex. I think maybe in
Okay.
the first half of it, I think I was on the leaderboards. I think I was on the pretty top on the leaderboards in the first half. I don't remember though, to be honest. I think I was probably top 100 for a good while, but I don't know the exact number.
Top 100. That's still bringing the heat. And what was
Yeah.
your personal PR in Blackout? What was your personal PR?
I think Gang stole my crazy PR. I think he either stole it or
Yeah.
I choked it. He was in the same game. He
Okay.
was nervous. I was about to break his PR right there. He was super nervous. I was about to break the world record. And I was going to. I think it's like 37, 38, 36, something around that.
Damn.
Yeah.
37,
And then
36.
KD, me and Gang both had like a 14 KD, like that's 14 kills without dying, like every
14.
single life. Yeah, we both had a 14 KD. We were just we were both just yeah.
Man, that's crazy, dude. Like 14. I thought you were saying 410. You were saying 14.
We had a
Listen,
14.
some people have it, man. I'm not one of those people, dude. Okay. Um, so you guys won that major tournament.
Mhm.
You deal and
Or
Gangster.
it was me, Gangstaz, and Rallied actually.
You,
Rallied. I forgot. I don't know if Rallied was the one that got invited to the tourney, and he ended up asking us if we wanted to play. I
okay.
think that's how it went down. Um, yeah, I think that's how it went down. We were close to Rallied anyway. Rallied at the time, anyways. Me, Gang was cool with Rallied. Rallied was the beast at Blackout, and
Mhm.
and then I think Dill was already getting invited to another team at the time as well. So I think he was on Bobby Poff's team, maybe, if I can remember correctly. Bobby Poff at the time was still a grinder like he is today.
Yeah.
He was the one that everyone saw on the leaderboards because he was the one that was putting in the crazy hours on Blackout. He was the one, I think, number one or high up there on the leaderboards on Blackout in the first place. So that's how he got known. I would even be tuning into his streams like, what the heck? This guy is streaming like crazy hours, just playing
Right.
so much, like, and he's just getting massive viewers. So I was like, I was trying to roll with it as well.
That's amazing that you guys. It's a certain number of you guys that uh, withstand the test of time. It's about to be rolling up on like, um, you know, a decade of content for you and several others.
Yeah.
How does that feel to look back on your body of work like today? Like if you go back to think about it.
I mean, personally, like I wish I put a little bit more time into other areas. Um,
Mm,
but I put a lot of time in like perfecting my play style. I put a lot of time in perfecting my skill, other than like creating a longevity of it, like maybe even creating content or being a better content creator. Like most of my time went into being a better player rather than being a better like entertainer or like
oh
creator.
yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
one thing I wish I took a little bit more time to do back then.
Hmm.
Take some time out to like if I wasn't playing, I would want to play. Like if I wasn't doing something else, like I would literally just want to play. Like I wouldn't want to edit a video or like
That's
that's why
tough.
my videos would literally just be clipped gameplay and just posted to YouTube, and those gameplays would just still get views. But it was just tough to like want to sacrifice the time to be able
Hmm.
to edit it all yourself and stuff like that. But that's the one thing I wish I did more was practice being a little bit more of a creator.
See, that's tough though. Like taking that time out, you have to learn editing skills, y'all. I mean, you're not gonna just roll out of the bed and just drop fire videos, and
Yeah,
clip it together and edit it together. Um, that's a tough one. Like, did you have to like find an editor like
that's
to
the thing
actually
is
help you?
the crazy thing is like most of my videos were not edited much at all, and like a lot of my
Okay.
best videos were not edited. It was just straight raw gameplay, and that's where I think became kind of special for me. It was like, all right, these raw gameplays are people are like, I was getting like 100,000, 80,000 views. I was getting
Yeah.
like 80,000 views almost in a day, like just raw gameplay, and I'm like, all right,
Hmm.
like people just want to see me go crazy in Blackout right now,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right,
Yeah.
people want to see the raw gameplay, so I just stuck with it, and I didn't think of anything else at that point. I was just like, all right, I just stuck with it. But then after a while went by, I did find an editor. We did do like a few edits and stuff like that, but I was like, then people started to comment and they were like, all right, I want to see raw gameplay.
You
You're
want to see
cutting out
raw
the good
gameplay?
stuff. Like you're cutting
Yeah.
out the stuff that like rotations and stuff like that. You're cutting out. I want to see how you're pacing yourself. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, like I understand what you guys mean. Like I'll keep the raw gameplay so you guys can see like maybe learn a little bit.
And you know what though? Like a lot of videos have too much fluff in it. If I'm being really really honest, like long intros, unnecessary words, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
unnecessary cuts or whatnot.
yeah,
Um, but that's 15 million, over 15 million views, people on YouTube, man. Think about that. I don't know about Twitch. I didn't look up Twitch, but over 15 million views.
yep,
It's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's a hell of a body of work, you know,
yeah.
and you're still adding on to it. So you upload every week or every day on YouTube?
I I upload majority almost every day at the moment. I skip a few days here and there. I think this month I uploaded like I think I only missed like 3 days this month, which is not bad. Um, but I'm actually going to be starting a stream on YouTube as well. So I'm going to do a stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I'm going to get
Yeah.
that set up whenever I move into my place in a week, and then I'm gonna start streaming on both. I'm gonna start streaming on both. Gotta grow the channel because my goal this year is to hit 100K on YouTube. I want to kind of be a better entertainer, better content creator, and engage with that side of the community more because I know a lot of people. My main community is on Twitch
Yeah.
and on YouTube. The main thing I do about YouTube right now is just upload, and I just almost forget about it. Like I mainly interact with people from live, but like
Okay.
whenever I actually do stream on YouTube, I'll be able to actually talk to that side of the community because some people on YouTube don't have Twitch, so I
That's
miss
right.
out on those engagements.
And you know what? You're 100% right. The YouTube community. I was a YouTube strictly person for a while
Hmm.
and I'm speaking of absorbing content, not putting out content. And I
Yeah,
didn't know about the Twitch guys until T T Clean. I
be
talked to T
clean
Clean,
and
and he was telling me about Twitch, and I was like, oh shit, it's a whole other community over here on Twitch, man, that I hadn't
oh yeah,
hadn't been tapped into. And excuse me, excuse me, sorry y'all. Damn, I know that sounds nasty in your ear, bro. Sorry.
nah,
Anyway,
on a
but
break.
water break. The way I found you, man, like I think it was a tournament, and I think it was the first Warzone tournament, the first major, I think.
Yeah,
And I was watching Gangster stream, and y'all were like gearing up, and tournament, popped off. The commentator, the the Call of Duty commentator, the guy that was doing this thing. I can't remember which guy it was. It was one of those guys, the same two that do it every time.
yeah.
And he said that Youngstaz is a walking 20 bomb. And I was like, oh, this dude? So, and I'll be damned. You had 18 kills at the time.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, damn, this dude right here is a bad dude. You know, he's got it. So I went to your stream and I've been watching ever since then, man. So That's how. Salute to Gangstaz
Oh hell
for
yeah.
uh for that alley oop, because I was like, I've been watching ever since then. And you know what's dope about like watching you over the years? You have a different play style than pretty much anybody else in Warzone. And I'm saying that because you don't do a lot of unnecessary movements, like a whole bunch of crazy side cams. I'm not saying that you can't, but once you approach a gunfight, you're approaching it you're approaching it from an intellectual uh, standpoint.
Yeah.
The best angle, the best angles, the best positioning. I've seen you on Verdansk make a jump from building to building. I don't know if you remember, like it's a jump from okay. So if Superstore is across the street, you run across the field, you run across the
Yeah.
road. It's like a prison, not a prison, but like a jail.
Yeah, I
Then
know
it's
what you're
two
talking about.
twin buildings across, well, directly
Talking about
across from the
airport,
jail.
right? An airport.
Yes.
Yeah.
You own the first building. You jumped over, grabbed the air conditioner unit, and pulled yourself up on top of the roof to sneak up on the dude and shoot him in the back.
There's
I
so many
said,
things like
this,
that. Like I can almost just like look at a part on the map. Even this war zone, like I can just look at a part on the map and I'm like, all right, I can make this jump. Like this jump is doable. Even if I've never done it before, I'm like, all right, I can do this or I can make this jump. Like it's just like I don't know if it's like the calculations in your brain or if it's like, all right, or you just know you're just able to have
yeah,
that in-game experience of knowing. And one thing I want to go back to the topic where you're talking about the movement, the excessive movement. Like I wish I had a clip. Like I don't knock anybody that has excessive movement. I don't knock anybody that has like they do all that extra movement. Like they have their skills.
hmm
And there was so many situations where I would literally just be staring at somebody just doing excessive movement, trying to out play me or whatever. And I'm just
yeah,
literally standing there. I'm just like, all right, when are you done? Like when are you done doing your excessive movement? He does his excessive movement,
yeah,
and then I just kill him literally standing still. And I'm like, bro, you just stop doing so much extra. Like there's so many situations where I do get like movement is beneficial. Like these people are starting to like door smash or like hide behind the doors and smash back in the door and stuff like that.
yeah,
That's smart. Those things, those type of plays are smart to be
yeah.
able to do and take advantage of. But yeah, I try not to do excessive, especially my controller is just not going to have it. I'm not trying to break my controller too early.
Ooh, listen, me trying to unleash my inner Joe Woe, like during like over the years, I've crushed my several controllers. I go through a controller probably every 8 months, man, or
Yeah,
maybe less.
I used to also.
But it's heavy on your on the controller, and I'm heavy handed.
I canceling all the
Pause.
time.
Yeah,
That's
slide
why
canceling
I'm
forever.
happy we changed up controllers. Got to end up getting the PS5. Having paddles on the back is super important. So like I'm not sliding with R3 anymore. I used to slide with R3. I'm
hmm
just constantly pressing it in, and that's what one thing that'll give you stick drift. But now I just slide with the back paddle, and I'm just moving like that now.
Wait, so you slide with the back paddle? Wait a minute. Like,
I have it hooked to L3. My paddle hooked to L3. I play tactical.
but well, you don't play. Do you play claw?
No, no.
Damn. So
Sometimes I will like.
you slide with L3. The fuck?
Is it L3 or R3? I think it's R3.
Hell out of- Yeah, here, right?
It's R3 to slide actually. R3 to slide. R3 to slide. But
Yeah.
I hooked it to my paddle.
Man. Okay, dude. Well, I have to talk about that offline. I need help. I need help. I need help. Honestly. So let's talk about like now tournaments, custom tournaments or custom lobbies, kill races versus rages. Which do you prefer?
Honestly, after playing customs, my first customs like a few weeks ago, I was like, all right, like I'm kind of addicted to this now. This is
Uh,
my new grind,
okay.
and I missed out because like as soon as rank dropped in Warzone 2, that was the time I was going through a lot of stuff. I was like, all right, like I'm quitting, but I didn't know ranked was gonna come out. And as soon as I quit, like a few weeks later,
Yeah.
rank comes out for the first time ever. I'm like, this is something I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for rank to come out, and like as soon as
Yeah.
it comes out, I quit, and I'm like, and I didn't get the full on grind. I didn't get the full feel of it. So like I missed out a ton of seasons of ranked. and that whole competitive feel of Warzone. Like I'm super excited to get back into it finally. The Warzone 3, where the game is actually in a way better place than Warzone 2. Warzone 2 was horrible.
100%.
It kind of broke me down a little bit. It was
Yeah.
stressing me out, but yeah, I feel like customs is where I'm at right now. Kill races, I don't really care too much about as much. But yeah, customs. I want to go against
Or you want
good
to go
teams.
against
I
the
want to go
best?
against good people. I'm not trying to go
Yeah.
against bots.
Okay. I could dig that. You know, for as a spectator, I do like customs, but the way the custom lobbies are set up, as far as points, you get placement points
Yeah.
versus kill points. That part slows the game down a lot to me. Anyway, to me.
Yeah, it
And
definitely seems like that for sure. It seems like it, but whenever you have teams like, especially Aiden's team, they weren't placing the crazy best when they first started this last week, but their kills would always be consistent. So like they're always getting high kills. But like imagine a team getting like 15 kills and then dying like below top 10, and then imagine a team getting like 7 kills and then getting like first place. So it's like, all
right,
right, 7 kills, first place. That's times 2. You only get 14 points, rather than a team that got 15 kills and less than 10th place. They already got more points than the first place team. So it's like kills, they do rack up, and it's like you have to just be confident to push. But if you're making those top, the kills do come towards the end, and you can get so many free picks towards the end. So it's like working. Like I'm still learning it myself right now. Like I'm already fiending to get back into another customs to keep getting to practice in. Yeah.
So do you have people like trying to break down your door to get you as a teammate for these custom matches or these kill races or the wagers? Or you still just stick to your particular squad and wait for your own invite to these I guess these tournaments?
That's what I'm trying to do right now. Like I'm trying to get my foot in the door of like a connection at least to get my own invite to have my own team captain spot. Because most of the teams right now, it's like, all right, we're getting picked up by. That's how it was even in Warzone 1 and Warzone 2, where someone was a team captain and then they would invite me or my duo or both of us. Like right now, I'm kind of at that same point where we ended up getting reached out to join on their team, which was Testy, and I'm shout out to Testy for inviting us for this first tourney. I'm super excited. Me and Magoo have been playing. We're getting in this. We're trying to practice together. We've been putting in a lot of work together. He's
Lots
the
of
main
work.
reason why he's my duo is because he puts in the time to get better. He's been putting in hours just as much as I am, and I need someone that would stay on the same page. And he's a great player as well. So
Yeah. Salute to Magoo, because at the moment you're 5 and he's 6
yeah.
as far as the leaderboards with Battle Royale kills.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, like over 19,000 kills already. That's crazy, right?
I feel
So,
like I need to go outside more, but you know.
what that's like you have to love. It's a spark there. What I want to say, it's a spark there.
Yeah.
It's different from what I saw with your your time in
Recently.
Caldera or
Yeah.
your time in Al Mazrah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a spark there with this map.
It's just
Zerkistan. Is it Zerkistan? Zerkistan.
Urzikstan or something
Urzikstan.
like
My
that.
bad.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. Like everybody is on fire right now. Everybody is loving the map. I enjoy it. It feels like a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, am I correct? It's a fire there.
It's definitely a fire right now. Yeah, and yeah, there's definitely a fire. There's definitely a fire. I'm trying to run it back and actually put the time into it this time.
Mm-hmm. Is that what brought you back? Because like
It's not
I
the
remember,
game.
it's not
The
the game.
game. The game is definitely not the reason why I'm back. No, it's definitely at the time it was mainly the relationship that I had at the time. The
Okay.
relationship is the reason why all that. Mainly the reason why. I'm not going to blame it on the relationship.
Okay.
It's a lot more than that. But the relationship I was in is mainly the reason why I was super inconsistent with Warzone 2, even partially Warzone 1. Um, that's the main reason why I ended up trying to quit and get away from gaming. It wasn't really like ultimately my decision to do that. It was collectively a little bit more than that. But,
Okay.
but yeah, now
So
since I'm out of that relationship, I'm trying to get back into it.
yeah,
And what I wanted to do in the first place is continue to stream and continue to compete and stuff like that.
because I do remember, uh, like you moving to Seattle,
Hmm.
and I think you were going to just school, right, for video game design.
Yeah, I was going for whenever I first moved to Seattle, I was going for game development,
Yeah.
and then I did like a semester. I think I did 2 semesters, and then after my 2 semesters, I ended up switching to computer science, and
Nice.
then yeah,
Nice. And so the relationship ran its course, and you moved back down south.
yeah, the relationship ran its course. Ended up, you know, lasting. I mean, I don't want to say lasting longer than it should have. I guess it's just inevitable at that point. Like,
Yeah.
if it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. We ended up just trying so hard. Like, I don't want to throw away a long relationship. So I was like, all right, let me keep
Yeah.
trying to fix this. Keep trying to kind of build up on it. And keep trying to make sacrifices. I already made a ton of sacrifices at that point. So I was like, I'm
For
down to
sure.
make whatever more sacrifices and sacrificed a bunch. But now I figured out it was just not meant to be. So I was like, all right, I'm just moving back home to Houston and
Oh, H Town.
H Town. Yep, yep.
There's some baddies out there, dude. God.
Definitely is. It definitely
Ooh, man, the land of milk and honey. Ah.
is.
Yeah, man. Damn. All right, we're gonna take another sponsor break. This podcast is sponsored by Sly. That's right, Sly. Check out the clip. What's up, good people? Welcome back to the Game Changers podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Sly. That's right, Sly. Play is an essential part of life. Whether digital or outdoors, exploring your world is fun. Keep the good times rolling and support your play with Sly Boost, Sly Chill, and Sly Dream. Sly drinks are smooth, great tasting, fun inducing beverages designed to help players focus, laugh, relax, and recover. By using natural energizers and relaxers, Sly maximizes life's moments while ensuring you are ready for a feel good day and night of gameplay. Game Changers Podcast. Salute to our partners at Sly. Please use the QR code right here to help support the show and also help support a great organization. Thank you to our partners at Sly. And thank you, Game Changers. Salute to you guys. Go drink on the Sly. Let's go, Game Changers. Yes. We're going to pick back up at tournament wins, blah, blah, blah. Leaving. Oh, yeah. This last break. Was this your longest break from the game or from content in general?
It was. I think I did like a 7 month break. I think I was off for 7 months. Um,
Damn.
I was in a huge rut at that time though. Like I was it was tough. It was super tough for me at that time. I took like a 7 month break, no games whatsoever, fully focused on just just life at that time.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. And this is a question that I'm very, very interested in because
Hmm.
I've been creating content for a very long time, but I have yet to cross that threshold where I can support my entire life from just strictly YouTube or even streaming.
Yeah.
Are you blessed enough to have that type of support from your community and your content to you know
My community, they hold it down every single time. Like every single, no matter if I quit, come back, quit, come back. Like they've been super consistent and like super loving when it comes to that. Like huge shout out to my community. Like regardless,
yeah
they most of the time they have my back. They joke around with me all the time. I love them. My community definitely supports me enough to where I'm able to be able to live on my own and
yeah
make a good enough
damn.
income. Yeah,
Dawg, that's salute to that, man. Salute to that, man.
yeah,
That's the shit. That's the shit that dreams are made of, and a lot of people don't get there.
Mm-hmm.
Your talent and your I can tell you this, like your integrity and morals make it easy to support you. So you got the talent, you don't never I don't ever hear about you into the mix with any type of internet BS or
All that.
beefing with other streamers and whatnot. You know, you stay in uh your own atmosphere, I guess, right?
I might need to start some beef though, because that's how you get numbers nowadays. Literally, but I'm not gonna. I don't do all that. I don't do all
Listen,
that.
beef with me, so we can both get some numbers, man. So well, I'm gonna get the numbers. You
Yeah,
know, beef with
yeah.
me.
That's literally
Um,
like though. Yeah, they get drama. Drama nowadays is literally what brings in people. It's like, all right, let me get drama on me. I don't care what it
mhm.
is. I'm gonna say something stupid so I can get eyes on me.
Yeah, and I see a lot of that. There are whole channels dedicated to uh, perpetuating BS and promoting BS.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you their names, but I know they're out there.
Hmm.
They come across my my timeline or my recommended for YouTube. But we
Hmm.
don't watch that. We don't watch that, man. Salute to you and your community. Salute to your guys, like the guys that you game with. I do want to say this about like Gangstaz, Magoo, Donnie. Uh, those are the main uh, three that I watch you interact with the most, right? And
Hmm.
you could tell that you guys really mess with each other. I can tell it comes off as genuine, like the conversations that y'all have. Y'all have really, 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 really great banter. You're
Yeah.
not trying to bang. You're not talking about banging each other. You just keep it. You just have real, regular conversations. You know. Um,
Yeah,
salute to the
there's a group of four of us. Yeah, it's me, Tommy, which is UAVs gang,
UAVs,
and
right?
yeah, UAVs and Magoo, like, or even Becky too. Becky, he even throws in there sometimes. But yeah, that's that group that, yeah, they have some crazy banter. Sometimes I deafen up just to keep the vibes, but salute to them.
Salute
So,
to UAVs. I think he's been around since Blackout too, right?
I don't think so.
No,
I think he's been around since for dance, but
Verdansk.
yeah, he's Gang's boy. I don't know if he played with Gang and Blackout. Could
Okay.
have, but I met UAVs in Warzone too.
Salute to UAVs, man. Salute to your whole crew. And what else? What else we have on the list? I do have I do
Right.
have some more questions. I have some questions from my guys Trey and Jay.
Those
They
the
they
bros right there.
they sent me over a couple questions, man.
Oh yeah.
Um, let's fire them up. Salute to Trey and Jay. All right. Question number one: does Young aim train? If so, what drills does he do?
I honestly don't aim train like with my controller. Like I know I've seen them doing aim trainers with aim labs
Yeah.
constantly. I've seen them. I watched them do aim labs. A few, like I think it was Warzone 2 a lot. Uh, no, I actually don't use any trainers. I If I were to practice my aim, it'll just be all from just playing, like just playing and making sure
Yeah.
I figure out what feels comfortable for me um in terms of like sensitivity or custom optic per zoom or
Hmm.
ADS settings. Also, making sure the one main tip that I learned, especially about aiming, is making sure the not if, okay. So I know one mouse and keyboard. I'm not giving no tips for mouse and keyboard. All controller tips here.
Thank
all,
you. That's what
all
we need.
controller
Yeah.
tips. One tip I can say is try to have your fingers on the analog most of the time. Like the more you have your fingers on the analog, the better. So like I know you have to take your finger off to press a button. Try to reduce that. So like if you have to have buttons on the back to reduce that, do it. Like the only time I take my thumb off the analog is to press triangle, which is to like swap weapons. That's the only time I take my thumb off the analog is
Damn.
to press triangle. Sometimes if I even go through my bag, like sometimes I will go to claw real quick. I would like change my posture, go to claw, go through my bag, and then go right back. Keep my hand on the analog sticks.
Damn, y'all hear that? Okay. Hey, man, keep your hand on the analog stick. Okay. Question
keep
number
the
2
thumb.
from
Keep the
Tre and
thumb.
J. What's his goals in the space of content? What are your goals in the space of content?
Honestly, like at the moment, it's definitely competing. I want to be one of the top competitors in Warzone and top competitors in the COD scene. Um, but I do want to branch out and actually become better at content creation in general, and that can be a broad thing of like vlogging. It can be a broad thing of training. It can be a broad thing of like giving tips and tricks.
Yeah.
It can be a broad thing of just doing anything like day in the life type of stuff. Like I want to branch out to that kind of stuff as I keep developing.
Yeah.
But that's one was if I would go back and say I wish I spent more time doing content creation. That's one of the reasons why.
And I do have a follow up question with that. Like, what if all of this goes away? The streaming goes away.
Hmm.
You're not able to make money from doing what you love. Like,
Yeah,
what would you do?
that's one thing too. Is like I don't mind fresh beginnings whatsoever. Like that doesn't scare me at all. Like I already know like as long as I put my like I can put my mind to anything. So it's like I already quit, came back, and I was I can make my money somehow
Yeah,
as long as I have my mindset.
that's right. Drop them off in the jungle. You go slaughter a tiger.
Yeah,
Make a
whether
skirt.
it's
I mean, make some paint. A coat. A coat. Damn.
make a coat, make some
Make a coat.
pants, make some shoes. Yeah, I just learn new skills basically. If it wasn't for streaming, I'll just learn new skills and do something else basically. Yeah, just
100%. Third question from Troy and J. What does he feel his purpose is in life and in the space of gaming?
definitely purposes like I guess this in the space of gaming. I guess I would say to
Mm-hmm.
keep natural, like keep myself as how can I say it?
Authentic or genuine?
Basically, yeah, keep myself as genuine as possible, and that's what I've been doing. Like I don't usually have a filter for the most part. I just keep everything as real as I can, and I'm not gonna like sugarcoat stuff. I mean, I sugarcoat things sometimes when it comes to like specific stuff, but like not if I how I feel about something. But that's not the best way to say it. Sometimes you're supposed to, especially as a content creator, you're just supposed to, sugarcoat stuff sometimes and be a specific way like when it comes to responses or sponsors and stuff like that. um but yeah, I mean, a purpose, that's a tough one. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Kind of
Yeah.
beating around this question a little bit.
Yeah. Like far as like having like your purpose in life, like that's really tough. A lot of people don't find that or understand that until they have kids
Yeah.
or later on in life, man. That's what
Hmm.
like 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 having a family that could quickly become your purpose in life,
Exactly.
or maybe you start up a business, that could be your purpose in life, or providing a service to the people or helping the community. That could be, you know, part of a purpose. But it that's gonna come with time. Like, man, that's a deep question, though. Salute to Trey and Jay for those questions, though.
It is. I kind of thought about it a little bit more now. So it's like, I guess one of the main purposes too, especially in the streaming industry, like helping. I have a lot of people come in my stream and say like I help them do a lot, like throughout
Right.
their days or even through COVID. Like that's one of the things that motivate me is being able to interact with my community and help them throughout their days and give them some content and
Yeah.
to yeah, help their
You know,
day gets to go by smoother.
you definitely helped me when I was jobless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I didn't have a job, when I got fired back in like December 2020. Um, Listen,
was it was it during COVID or no?
it was during COVID.
During
Yeah, it was
COVID?
December 2020. I got fired for COVID reasons.
What?
So yeah, I was a logistics supervisor. So I moved stuff from point A to point B all around the world and
Yeah.
supervised the logistics crew. I got fired for taking a COVID test, then going to work. So
Okay, okay.
so
I
so
understand,
I
but
got
that's still
fired for that. Right.
still BS. But
Yeah. So the first two people I really watched, or I watched on the daily, I would watch Bobby Puff at night in the
mhm.
murder show at night. And I would watch you during the daytime. You were always on during the daytime at that time. And during that time, I think you were like holding court. You were helping kids, like coaching kids through Warzone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought that was dope.
It was dope, but also at the same time it was stressful. It was hard to like kind of manage all of that. Like I needed a manager in that time of day. Like
So people were just like, oh, how would you do that? Like they would just sign up through Discord, or they would just send you like
I would
five
have
hundred
like a
dollars.
spreadsheet. I would have a spreadsheet. It was all free. Like it was I think it was all subscriber based. It was all
Okay.
free. I would just I say free, but basically subs got priority. Whoever supported the stream got priority.
Yeah.
And I would just literally either be in a game with them, see how they
Hmm.
play, give them some tips and feedback on how they play and what they can improve on, and go from there. Um,
That was dope. A
yeah.
lot of those guys were just really just wanting to find their first win, and
Hmm.
I think that was pretty fire. You still do that. I think you jumped into a lobby with a guy like last week, a week before last, and he
Yeah.
wanted to get his first win.
He just it was a random guy came in my stream. Literally the first
Mhm.
message he's like, "Can I play? I haven't gotten a win in Warzone. Can you help me get my first win?" I was like, "All right." I first message in my stream like, "All right, bet. Like hop in.
Yeah,
Let's get your first win." I ended up getting him a win.
that's dope, man. See, that's why you're streamers or Warzone players' favorite player. You know that you're the person that people watch and root for, so shit like that, because like that would never happen. That would rarely happen anywhere else. You know,
Yeah.
salute to that, man. A man of the people, man. Um, you know what? I was one of those people that really, really, really needed that help during that time in Warzone. I should have
Oh.
signed up. Shit.
There was so many people that I missed out on that I wasn't able to do or finish it out on. But you know, we might get back in the. I know a lot of people are asking for the tips and tricks for this war zone. I might get back into the tips and trick videos, which would be pretty important. So
Yeah.
that's one thing that we will.
If you need a manager, let me know. I'll manage that whole thing. You know,
I got you.
I'm charging those guys 5%. All
I
right. All right. So
got you.
all right. Yeah. Last question, man. The STAZ. I
Uh,
remember like during like I don't know peak pandemic, damn near the STAZ movement had really started to blossom. You know, during Verdansk, right? And
mhm.
I was all in. I was waiting for the merch. Like it's the STAZ merch, the STAZ club coming back, the merch coming back.
I wanna say like that has to be like a at the time it was almost like a duo thing with Gang because like
Yeah.
Gang was still passionate. He was still pretty passionate at the beginning of Warzone One. He
Mhm.
was kind of in a better place, and we every single year we would wanna just bring the STAZ duo. Like it was just me and Gang just duoing it up, and we would always do pretty good at first, and then after a while we would just like we would just say I freaking hate this game or I fucking hate this game, and
Yeah.
then the vibes would just be like totally different. Like it's mentally taxing on him heavily. I'm
Hmm.
trying to persist through it. I'm doing pretty well right now. I'm not even like fighting it. Like at the moment, like I'm enjoying the game. There's some moments where I'm like, all right, like this this needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. But
Right.
like I see it from a different light now, where I'm just like,
Yeah.
all right, like especially me going to school for coding, going to school for video game or game development. Like I understand it from the developer's perspective. Like it's not as easy as it may seem in some situations. Some situations, their decision making over there, whoever's making the calls, like they can't control that either. But
Hmm.
with the decisions they make, but yeah, the STAS movement, I don't know. I don't know. It's something I would want to, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a great movement, man. It's a great
Yeah.
movement. Sign me up any day. One of the last questions I did want to ask before we get into the gameplay breakdown. Man, I can't remember exactly what it was, but we're gonna move on. We're gonna come back if I think of it. Oh yeah, why are you talking about you do have some things that you think that could be changed, but you're not making a big fuss about it. Like, what are those things?
In terms of what? My bad.
Warzone, like current Warzone now.
To be honest with you, it's hard to say fully right now. I think the main problem with Warzone at the moment is audio. I think audio
Damn.
needs, regardless of what anyone says. I don't know. Flex perks should never be a thing ever. It should not have been even made for the game.
Hmm.
They need to just take that out and just make audio universal. And it's sad for me to see a lot of the competitive scene, especially a lot of the pro scene, taking advantage of like a third party application to make their audio better. I personally don't support it. I don't hate on anybody that uses it because
Hmm.
obviously it sucks not to be able to hear audio.
It
But like,
does.
but I the competitive integrity for me, like it just gets ruined because obviously console players can't use it, and it's like an advantage for PC players. It's like just keep everyone at the same field at that point. Just keep everyone at the same field, and if you can't hear, no one else can hear, right?
Yeah,
Rather than like tweaking the audio to where you have the advantage. Um, but that's one of the main things. Audio needs to be tweaked.
it's a big one.
Huge one.
Mhm.
Also, I'm tired of year to year us having to wait for something one year, like Warzone 2, we waited for ranked. And then now Warzone 3.0 comes out and we have to wait for ranked again. I'm like, why are we waiting for ranked
Hmm.
already? Like, we've already waited for ranked. Why are we waiting for it again? But
Nice.
whenever it does come out, I'm hoping that one-shot snipers aren't a thing. Uh, as much as as much as a lot of people love sniping, I think one-shot snipers isn't competitive, or at least the way they have snipers right now is not
Hmm.
competitive enough. I think there's a few things that need to be banned, like cluster mines need to be nerfed massively.
Yeah.
Breacher drones need to be tweaked a little bit, or even just taken out for customs. Um, flares are fine. I'm not really against flares much, but gulag tokens are insane. I think that gulag tokens, you can literally go to gulag 5 times in a game, and maybe
Yeah.
even more if you die like every single time you come back.
Yep.
Gulag tokens need to go away. Redeployment tokens are kind of messed up because it's like, all right, let's pick up a redeployment token, let's kill this guy, and then 3 seconds later you kill the guy and he's already landing back on your head with no audio and he's just killing you with the gun that he just spawned in about a midair
Hmm.
with the gun. I'm like, all right, like what is this? Like what's going on? So redeployment tokens, gulag tokens, and and I think I'm fine with flares and ranked. Like the main thing, I don't want to say too much until ranked comes out. Like whenever ranked drops and we see how they have things set up in ranked,
Yeah.
that's whenever I'm gonna have a huge fuss. But like anything goes in custom or pubs, like anything goes in pubs. I guess it's just all hell let loose. Um, but whenever this rank drop, hopefully season 2, that's where it's gonna be about.
Got it. Those are some very valid points that you just made, man. For me, like all of the redeployment aids, I'm a noob, so
You knew.
I need them.
But like, yeah, pubs, like I don't mind
And
them.
pubs and
Pubs, yeah,
pubs.
pubs are perfectly fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Ranked, I pray that they don't have. I'm
All
not a
right.
big complainer though. Like skill based matchmaking too. My bad. Skill based matchmaking.
Yeah.
I'm not a big complainer about any of that. Like I'm just like, all right, like we're all playing the same game at this point.
But does it really does it affect you? The reason why I asked that because you have like I mean you're 7 KD 7. There's only a few out there that's higher than that. You know, I've seen a few tens and nines and eights, but
Mhm.
like legit. But like, does it affect you? Because you're like leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else that actually plays the game, man. Like once you guys drop an area, you and Magoo, y'all drop into an area of the map. You can dominate the entire area of the map solo. And I'm trying to like understand this, man. And we're gonna see this live in action when we do the clip breakdown. Because I have some questions, man, and I want to learn. Let's
I
just go
got you.
straight to the clip breakdown.
We'll do a little breakdown. I think I don't know if was this I don't think this was a rank. I think this might have been a wager
This
or a
is definitely a
tournament.
tournament. Yeah.
It was a tournament. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
2v2 on CMG we were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's just go into it first. Obviously, this is obvious. Like, you just see two people run into a buy station. So I was like, all right, let me work this buy real quick. And the reason why I stopped right here and like smoked is because I heard this, or I heard the guy up top shooting towards the buy station. So I was like, all right, this guy's shooting from the top of the buy station. I'm gonna pull back right when I get these fools, just in case he tries to jump out the window. I threw a smoke just in case he does jump out. So whenever I turned around right here, if I saw him, my smoke would have been popped, and I could have just turned back around and have some cover. But since he wasn't there, I pushed back up. And this situation was tough because that situation, I got a little bit scared because whenever you're in a smoke, you lose aim assist. You have no aim assist.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I know he's gonna reach out because he got me weak. So I wasn't gonna give up the angle. Like in this situation right here, a lot of people would give up the angle. Like right there, a lot of people would give up the angle and they'd be like, all right,
Yeah, I
this
would have
guy's
ran
running away.
upstairs.
Yeah, if you would have ran upstairs, you'd have been dead right there. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, like if he's gonna reach out, that's 100%. So played the reach out. I needed more smokes because I knew there was more people here.
Nice.
That situation, I saw and heard him running up the staircase. So instead of like, I just had to get out of the situation altogether. Ended up wrapping the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, reset basically. Didn't know these two people were here. Had a smoke right there just because he's going to chase regardless because he got me weak, which he did try to chase. In this situation, a lot of people have commented like, how did I know he was in the smoke? How did I know he was right there? Obviously, I knocked him in that area. Also, you can hear him sticking a res. I don't know if you can hear it clear enough. Right there, he said it's like a pin, a cap opening, and like a stick. So I hear him sticking in that area. Also, I'm on 1440p monitor, but this is a 1080p video. So on my screen, I could have probably seen like a very glimpse of him and be able to shoot it. So able to get that 2-piece. I wasn't expecting a 2-piece right there because I didn't think he was going to be weak enough, but he ended up being weak enough and got a free 2-piece. I ended up working inside the building because if I would have worked outside the building, I knew there was more people around, so I wanted to.
You already got third party.
Yeah, I wanted to stay inside. And then I just magically saw a red thing glowing right here. So I was like, all right, what? Obviously, that's the guy that ran up the stairs on me in the first place. He was just sitting in a corner. So I'm reloading at the time. So I was like, all right, let me just reach out him. And then yeah, basically. So that was nothing like I wish I had other clips where it's like way more intense situations. Yeah. But this was a pretty standard one. Standard clip.
You know, I saw this live, right? So I'm watching it live. It felt like you killed 8 people there in that clip or in that sequence of a gunfight.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little replay, just one little fresh watch, I guess, like without pausing it.
In 1440p. See, I need to upgrade, man. I need to upgrade.
1440p is game changing for sure.
You see that, like the move, like the way you're moving around this area. It's like you had those guys, like you were just toying with them. Yeah. Like the way you were getting out of the situations, plating up, reloading at the perfect time.
The good thing, the good thing about like that stuff in general too is being able to have like a map awareness of knowing where things are and what you can do, like what jump ups you can do, where doors are, where entrances are, and stuff like that. That's super important when it comes to being able to do stuff like that.
And this is why, like, a lot of people think that you can movement yourself out of everything and anything, but like watching you like 90% of your, or 98% of your, I guess, tactics, it's all mental. It's physical skill, but like the way you think about the game, envision these gunfights, and you manipulate the situations to make it play out in your favor, man. Like that shit is like, most people can't do that, man. Like
the game knowledge for sure is
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, a lot of people also don't like forget this. Like playing other video games did contribute towards the thought process of how you play. Like people think, oh, you have to play this game or you have to play this. You only have to play one game to be good. Like you can play one game only in one game, and you won't have the skills won't translate because it's like, yeah, like it's I don't know if I explained that right, but like other
I get it.
games provide you, different type
With
of
a certain
knowledge and
set of
skills.
skills or
Exactly.
perspective that you can
Yeah.
translate over,
Hmm.
because it's like it's your perspective, but it's you that's doing it. It's you. So that muscle memory is never ending, I guess, right? So but you get yourself out of situations so fast, so many times. Like for me, and it's all about your aim is impeccable. So you create separation from being stacked so easily because you don't waste any bullets most of the time. Like if two people are rushing you, you can kill that first guy and the second guy pretty quickly, which allows you some wiggle room. Like for
Yeah.
me, I'm gonna miss the first 10 bullets. Then then I'm gonna hit the guy that's in front. Then the second guy's gonna kill me. You
Yeah.
know, just to keep it real. I'm just being transparent, people. Y'all know. But that's very important though, to be able to melt that first guy and to be prevent stacking. You know what I'm saying?
Especially
Like
because they're on top of each other. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So is that like you gotta laugh? You gotta sit back and laugh at some of this shit because like I'll be looking at
I
like
walk
what?
in the room. I flew through a window and literally all four of them are like having a barbecue in the room or something. Like I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like in the same room. I'm like, all right, like come on, like watch some different areas or something.
Yeah, dude,
But I mean,
it's magical, man. It's magical to watch though.
yeah,
Um,
appreciate it.
Great clip breakdown. Man, I can talk to you for 15 hours, 16 hours because I have so many other questions and it's just like I just want to me
Hit me up
personally,
anytime.
I want to get better at the game and you have the knowledge, but some of the stuff that you've done, it can't be taught. It really can't be taught, man. Um, Salute to you, salute to the STAZ, salute to you know, the grind, and I'm gonna keep watching, man. I have your stream on while I'm working. I have several different monitors. Like when I had my game set up, like my game room, I had my big TV
Yeah.
that was set up on the stream. All of my three other monitors, my laptop was all set up on different people's stream that I love to watch, and you were
Oh yeah.
definitely in that top 5. So
Appreciate that, honestly.
salute to that, man. Salute to your journey. Thank you for coming through to the Game Changers podcast and just sharing the love and sharing the knowledge. Continue to be yourself. Continue to be authentic. Continue to level up, man.
Appreciate
Level
you,
up,
honestly.
because
Oh yeah.
big shit coming, man. Big shit is coming.
Same with you, man. Honestly.
Thank you, thank you,
Appreciate you.
thank you, man. Look, Game Changers podcast. We got youngsters in the building. Salute to
Sir.
everybody. Shout outs. Shout outs. Anybody that you want to shout out.
Definitely Tre J. Shout out to the homies Tre
Shout out to
J.
Tre J.
Shout out to the COD podcast. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to a community for sure.
Yep.
Community can't do this without you guys. So thank you guys. And anyone that watches my stream every day, thank you guys, man. And yeah, anyone that's watching this video, thank you.
Nice. And for me, how can people find you? Your stream, your content, your socials.
Just search up Yungstaz. It can be Yungstaz or Yungstaz6. That's usually all my socials are gonna be with that tag. So yeah, Yungstaz6 on Instagram, Twitter, and Yungstaz on Twitch and YouTube.
That's right. And don't forget TikTok, right? Is it TikTok?
I do have a TikTok. I don't post much, but I think it's Yungstaz Life.
Yungstaz Life.
Someone's like the OG Yungstaz, so I had to just make something random.
Oh, y'all got to get that back, man. What's wrong?
I know, right?
But salute to y'all, man. And you can find this podcast on Spotify at MVPsTV, Game Changers Podcast. You can also find us here where you're watching on YouTube and my socials, Didio Nassus. You can find me anywhere, Didio Nassus TV. I would be there looking you dead in your face, providing you great content. It's your guy, Didio Nassus. I'm here with Yungstaz, the Game Changers Podcast. We're going to close it out. As always, live life, show love, be great, and always keep the kill feed lit. It's been your guy, Didio Nassus with Yungstaz, man. Peace, 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 peace. We out. We out. Yo, thank you, man.
Oh, for sure, man.
Thank you, man.